Alrighty, everybody, how's it going? Real Diversity here. We are back. As you guys can see, we are in Master Ball rank. I have been wanting to get a video out for you guys for a while now. I have just been unable to because I've been so busy. And the time I was the most free was when the rank season was probably when we were still waiting on rank. So I was like, I wish it came like last week or 2 weeks ago. But again, we was waiting on rank for so long, and now I'm so busy. But I in my free time, I try to squeeze in a few games. We did manage to hit Master Ball rank, and that is probably because of how consistent this deck is. This is not a really new deck, but I like to think of this as a all or nothing deck. Like this deck will win against anything, or it would lose into anything. It all just depends on how the match starts. So the reason for that is of the versatility, if you say it this sake. Very simplistic, not a lot going on for it really. But if you look at it, it's just simply drawing cards, evolving into Greninja, Rocky Helmet for chip damage, and Cyrus to just make those big plays. And Copycat, of course, into for consistency into mainly Suicune. We play Suicune, and we have this Copycat. We're super consistent into it. So the biggest deal here is to, just set up Darkrai or Mega Absol, whichever one really normally we get first is how that normally works. Um, but if you go second, it's really great if you can lead Chingling and have Darkrai on the bench. Immediately just hit him for 30 every turn. Once Greninja's up, that's 50. So you're just doing a lot of early chip damage. So this deck is really strong, especially if you once you're at the Rocky Helmet. So we just do a lot of residual, just chip damage, and then you do get those big plays where you're like thinking, okay, well 80's not that strong for Absol, but again, Absol's effect is what's strong here, and so that allows us to kind of stop whatever they got going on or need to happen, things like that. And we can, especially if we get him set up early and they're having a slow start, we can make that start even worse. But again, I won't spend too much time talking about this deck because this is the deck I used last season. It's so consistent into Suicune, but also just does well into everything else. I ran into you. It's good into Oricorio, Magnezone. I don't know how well I would say it's into Oricorio, Magnezone. But this deck easily beats it if we can set up Greninjas. Um, we lost earlier because they started. We led Mega Absol. We had one of the best probably starts we could have had into any other deck, but we ended up leading Mega Absol into they led Oricorio, so we couldn't do nothing. And we did not see any Greninjas to like super late in the game, so we just ended up losing because they literally had Clement. They had filled their bench, two Oricorios, two Magnemites, and then had Clement their second turn. So they literally had the perfect start. So, anyways, this deck can beat every single deck as we run into. You just have to start with the right Pokemon. And normally that's always going to be like Chingling, but not always. If you go second with Absol, that's a good start. The worst thing you can see every game is Darkrai first, and you go first. If you see that, you might as well concede unless I usually play those games through, but it's the chances are so low. Your opponent just has to brick super hard for you to come back in that, or um, yeah, that's just literally because it's gonna take you 3 turns just to even be able to retreat. So then once that point, your all your energy's gone. So you either just if they have just a super amazing start, or if that's how you start, you do have a chance, and that's really just everything else. Like if that was your only starter, fine. But if you can lead, like you pretty much just don't even worry about Chingling at that point, and you just want to just go ahead and set up Absol and then Greninja and just go from there, and that's your win condition. But then again, you lose that little chip damage you get, and also on top of that, um, anything like a Sabrina or almost anything can give them the win there. So that's why I say it's almost no point at that. We're gonna leave Pokeball here. Sorry, I did way too much yapping earlier in this video. Good thing. Okay, good. We saw him early because. Okay, good. And we see Froakie because I was gonna say that a big issue we can have here super early is not having anything to throw energy on, which just seems super rare. You would think that would happen way more often, but super rare again, like I said, with the consistency of just the cards in this deck. So we'll lead Chingling here. And we're going to swing. I'll wait just one more turn before we he did use a Pokeball last turn. I'll wait just one more turn before we do anything else here. So something interesting here is what we want. Well, we want a lot next turn. Hopefully he can't play much. Okay, he can play. What he's gonna most likely do is put us to sleep. Interesting. He doesn't go for the sleep pay. Um, I don't blame him. I think. Okay, I guess we go ahead and put this just to thin out our deck here. I don't agree with this. I'd rather probably double up Chainlink Rocky Helmet here, but we have to kind of thin that hand because I don't want to. All right. Okay. Good. What I don't want to see. Okay. Okay. If we no, not guaranteed to get not guaranteed at all to see dark right here, but if we do that, that is a knockout here. Okay, great. Okay, that's exactly what we need to happen. Um, so perfect. So to get a knockout on this Swablu here, and if he doesn't, and also something has to come in and take this Chingling hit. So that's we don't have to worry about double ulterior here. That's really good. And really, oh, interesting. I guess he just made that to retreat, but that's costly here. This deck doesn't run heal. Yeah, this match is pretty much over. Even if he gets into Mega Ulterior here, for a few reasons. Because what we're gonna do, even if he does get Swablu set up here, I mean Mega Ulterior, I should say. And there's no reason for him to Chingling here. He gains nothing at this point. We've used both Pokeballs already, so that's literally we can't even evolve Single Greninja. So Chingling here, and that's why Chingling isn't that great like it's other than that, it's like no big reason to and he can't attack her anyway, so okay, he just leads Froakie. Okay. So that just hmm. So what we could have also done with the options we had is we could have just Cyrus his Swablu and that would have just ended the game as well. But this also just ends it here, so he might just concede after that. Nope, no concede. Which I'm glad he didn't, just so I can see his hand real quick. I just want to see what all he had. So he did have the Greninja and all of that. I would have, no, he couldn't do nothing there. I would have probably, I guess he wanted to wait there, but maybe I would have potentially copycatted there, but we only had two cards, so our hand was so small. So, but I think he needed to make ulterior. I don't know what the holdup was there. That was our one fear. We looked up and got Darkrai when we needed him. If we had got Chingling there, that would have been a little tricky because they let us get that Swablu knock early. And I think that was the sleep Swablu. So he definitely took a chance not pinning us to sleep there, but also I understand because when you do that, and I've lost so many matches that way, is when you do that mistake like that and you don't get and your opponent wakes up the next turn and then you're back at that like energy deficit. So it is not that great to be in that situation. So it is always a like, do I just like what's the risk? And the risk was if I woke up there, I think he knew I would have just went to Mega Absol and he would have been back at square one. So but again, I guess and also not having Mega Ulterior. But I would have maybe took the chance there. Because we looked up and got Darkrai, and that's how we was able to gain momentum there. But again, so much chip damage too early. Like Indeedee decks suck. Indeedees are the like epitome, the bane of our resistance, honestly. So he does have Suicune. I think these decks normally run XP, so he may. And there is the Indeedee. I was say that's the issue with this deck. When we do run into Suicune like this, and hopefully we do see Greninja. If not from this, the draw. Okay, I was saying actually never mind. I'm just happy to already see this combo in my hand, but we definitely need to go ahead and get some energy going here. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, usually our hands aren't this good, but perfect hand. And we're playing to Suicune too, so once we like evolve, uh, I think the smart play here is to just set up as long as we can because we have no disruption. Okay. Let me ping Ndidi. Ndidi can't. Ndidi's gonna beat our lose condition here. And the only issue here is maybe we should have Cyrus there because he may Mars us, but we can also get rid of Mars. But what I don't necessarily think that's what I want to do. But let's see. I'm pretty sure there's no reason not to attack here super early. Yeah, he does have the Mars, which is what I figured he would have. I'd rather not him disrupt my hand, but Cyrus is also scary because if he does get a Greninja here, he can stall another turn with maybe taking his Greninja, that which is fine too. But he yeah. So Mars was like his only play anyway last turn, unless he got looked up here. Oh, he did get copycat though. That's fine. So he can't Irida here. He Giant Capes. Interesting. That doesn't matter at all if we do. The question now is, do we go for the I think this play makes the most sense because no matter what happens here, he's in a bad spot. The only issue is now he's gonna be 3 to kill on the Suicune, which is gonna suck. But okay, his hand was way worse now. He does already have 2 rare candies now, but I did want to go ahead and get rid of that. His energy. Now he's back to square one on energy, so that's fine. And he does. Which one? Which Greninja though? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let me go ahead and copy. I'm like I don't want to, but I really need to go ahead and get a Darkrai. Yep, that's what I said. I need to get Darkrai here. Oh wait, Darkrai wins us the game. I didn't notice that. Darkrai wins us the game here. It's a good thing I waited to Greninja there. I was like, I need to get some extra like chip here. Okay, good. Yeah, we beat them pretty hard. Especially had we just had a bad hand there too. Once his hand was big enough, we could have just copycatted him as well. But he did have a Mars too, so we got rid of that Mars. We put ourselves in a win position there, for sure. And yeah, so had we not took his Mars, I don't know if we would have been in a worse spot because we killed. Yeah, we would have been at 2 cards, which I think where we was at, we would have still been fine. But yeah, sometimes like it's not bad to go ahead and use your Cyruses early. You're like almost always gonna see them as long as you get to near the bottom of your deck. You're gonna always see them, unless you just get unlucky. There's been so many. There has been games where this deck does play extremely long matches sometimes, and there has been definitely matches where it's like Cyrus, both not both, but my second Cyrus is like sitting literally at the bottom. So that does happen. Okay, good to see something. All right, not that great to see the fact that so he does get a headbutt off here. I'm just debating, do we want to I think we want to throw the Rocky Helmet on Chingling, because Chingling's gonna get hit most likely twice. So if we look up Bird Candy next turn, maybe if we're lucky, and then after that we need to see like um Copycat really soon. So Mega Absol, interesting. No, okay, that makes things tricky. And I'm not upset about that per se. Okay. Our hand was definitely going nowhere there. I think, okay, for us to have any effectiveness here, we're gonna have. I should have played this last turn. Is this reason? Okay, so reason we didn't make the Chingling play is because now that he has that Rocky helmet, he's gonna be. We're one shotted. So once we're one shotted, we're back in the same boat. So this maybe I should went ahead and play Chingling here too, just to so he couldn't. Okay, and it didn't matter anyway. Okay, Rocky helmet though does help at least get the knockout here. So what he okay. Really, I wonder what maybe he made the right play. I'm not sure. Okay, he doesn't. I'm not liking his hand honestly right now. Let me do this. Let me go ahead and set up Mega Absol because at worst here he may could come in with something else here. Maybe I should let Chingling. I need another stall turn. I feel like we may need another stall turn. If and I just thought about it too. If he gets into Hydreigon here, that's unfortunate. Oh, well, he doesn't need the energy here. Interesting. Okay, 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 okay. I think we gotta set ourselves up for a win here, and I think the way we do that is this. We hit Indeedee here. Can he attack our bench at all? Is there any negative reason not to play Chingling here? I'll say just in case we get Sabrina or something. I want to have that free escape here. Sabrina, yep, there's the Sabrina. Which is fine. Yep, that's exactly why yeah, let me go ahead and get rid of that. And he already has his second rare candy too, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we didn't have a rocket helmet there. Okay. Okay, there's the Cyrus. All right. All right, we did everything right here. Let's dark right here. This deck, I want to say, does run double Cyrus. That's the scary part about it. Into Dino, huh? Oh, he can retreat for free either way. He does have a second rare candy, though. If he gets Cyrus here, we just lose. If he got unlucky, we win. I don't know how many he runs. I know his two cards was Copycat and uh, Rare Candy. So as far as it, I feel like he has it just because he would have. No. Oh my god. I just completely forgot about the fact that he can just take ours. I completely forgot about that. We have two, so we may run into it. That's unfortunate because now it's either we draw into ours. Of course not. Great, 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 great. Oh, I hit the wrong one. No, no. I don't know if the math matters here, but I did not mean to do that. With the Chingling, I don't think that math doesn't matter here. He dies next turn unless he does he get Cyrus now? Rare candies into Hydreigon. We've only 50-50 chance we get our Hydreigon here. I mean, Cyrus. So this game's on a coin flip, essentially. Oh, that was a big mistake. At worst, I think now though we do tie. I was like, at worst, now we tie, so. And we don't get it, so we have to just. We have to just go for the tie here, unfortunate. Of course, he gets. Because what did he play? He played Copycat, so even if he did get Cyrus, he got literally. I think, and funny enough, if this deck runs double Cyrus, funny enough, too, and I don't. Oh, wait. I just. We don't even get the 3 there. We don't even get 3 there. Could we have done? No, he was already at 2. We couldn't have done nothing there. Yep, because another. Man, so unlucky there. Not unlucky, but I did not think, for whatever reason, I didn't think about the fact that he could come in with his Absol. I should have. I should have played more defensive. I think that's the only thing I think could have happened there. I should have been more like, let me not try to find this Cyrus. Let me draw into it. That's what I should have been doing. It's just trying to draw into it. That's how I think if we could have did anything better there besides just, because we had a good hand. Okay, good. Are we first or second here? Okay, he's first. Which I can't remember if that's a good or bad thing here. I said he shouldn't be able to do too much here early. Okay. You have a decent sized hand. Let me copy that. Let me get something to throw this energy on. Even if it's just a Greninja for retreating later or something, that's fine. Okay, like I said, that's fine. That's not good. If this deck, when this deck draws into its Venusaurs and stuff, that's a problem. You would think we play so well into this deck with Chingling, and when the first few times I played this deck, that was literally the issue, was the Chingling deal. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm gonna just save some time here. I think he's gonna get Ivysaur before, like, we are not even getting close to setting up Greninja. We're not even close to anything. I'm gonna choke that one up. I think that as a player that's played as long as I have, I think sometimes if you want to save time, like, yeah, that's 3 more minutes we could have played into that match, maybe, like, but after that hand. And that's why I actually run Sabrina. I run Serena in that deck as well. I don't know how good that deck is, actually. It's just, it feels so bad into Chingling, especially if you just don't see Ivysaur early just like that. So that's the whole reason I don't play it. Um, this is always tricky, but this is better than the alternative, I guess. But if he leads Heatmore, okay, perfect. So if he leads Heatmore here, that sucks for us, honestly. So he does have a good chance to go, yep, get his Pokeballs out, that sort of thing. He's not locked or anything. So that's fine as well. And I'ma usually like when my hand is like this, I'ma usually always copycat before I do anything else. So okay, good deal. Not gonna waste that helmet yet. Maybe I should just to avoid I just wanted to make sure I saw Cyrus again. Maybe that enough should have probably been a reason for me to actually keep the hand I just had. Is if he retreats here, I want to be able to like here. Yeah, okay, good. So even if he retreats here, that's fine. Unless he has an XP here. No, he can't use it. Yeah, he can't do nothing. That's the beauty of Chingling. Like it literally into this deck. I think that is it. Did they release Blaziken and Torchic at this? What? Now that was an interesting play. Okay, we got two researches. I'm not even gonna waste time. Please give me. Thank you. I want to see just Froakie. Yep, that's all I want to see right now. And let me try to keep my hand. Try to anyway keep my hand small here. But if he has copycat, we're gonna get rid of it anyway. So anything relevant, he should have definitely retreated there. But I get why he didn't. Okay, so yeah, his hands. He has nothing going unless he just gets a lucky copycat here and just gets the best possible hand you can get from copycat, and even then, okay. I would have thought he would have rather hit the bench here. He just draws into torture. Okay, that's fine. That's all we needed to get this knockout here. He has, oddly enough, he just needs the rare candy here. So fortunately enough for us, though, regardless of that. Oh, good deal. Okay, I'm not gonna play you because I'd rather play he got literally the best card he could have gotten here, but um so his two cards in his hand were Blaziken, so which I know that. So if he gets rare candy, he's gonna lead Torchic. If he gets the rare candy, he can swing. The good thing is we do survive long enough to just get his heat more, and we know he can't do nothing here. Okay, gets combustion. Maybe retreat here, huh? Oh no, you have to. Okay, he just concedes, I guess here. Yeah. That would have been close. That was close. Yep, there it is. Okay, awesome. Okay, I don't know how it. Let's get one more quick one in. Did we already play Suicune in them already? I say one more quick one. Knowing these matches can take a freaking 10 minutes. Let me get 8. Let's get one more in. I don't know how many we play. Also, here's my record real quick. We're like at 50, above 50%. Which, if you know anything about this game, anything like 50 is good. 50 is good. Everyone wants to strive. Like that means you're playing a winning deck, like a deck that's going to win if it gets the opportunity to win. If you're above that, that means you're making plays that secures your wins. I think if you're in that like I like this hand. Hopefully we don't get disrupted here. Oh, also another small thing though. Good thing we went second too. Is into this. I've been seeing this deck a little bit lately. It's kind of funny because into this deck we do Chingling does 30 damage. So unfortunately, he gets both Pokeballs really. So that's the only negative to. And then yeah, he beautiful hand there. Luckily for him, he's not worried about Chingling. He got just about everything he could have asked for. Yep. Go ahead. Play it up. Play it up. Well, if we see Froakie here, I'm not going to complain either. All right. No complaints from me. What I would like to see, though, is something to throw some energy on here. That would be nice. There it is. All right. We're happy. Maybe I should have waited, but no, we have Cyrus already. Never mind. We're not waiting. No, 'cause I'm gonna tell you exactly what we're gonna go ahead and do after this. He does. Okay, that's fine. What are you gonna do though? And yeah, he can't red card us or nothing here, so we're good. We're gonna grab the low punny and make sure it can attack, or at least interesting. Interesting. What a interesting play here. All right, let's take initiative here. He played that perfectly, and I don't know if he thought about what we had, but he definitely played that perfectly. So here's how he wins here. If he looks up and gets Will, if we can get Will here early, we're good. X speeds, what the? And are you weak to psychic too? Okay, good. That's fine. I'm not even gonna play with the low plane like that. If he looks up, he's 2x speed, so 30 to the face here. Was that 30 right? He was sitting at 90. Yeah, that was 30. Of course he gets Cyrus here. The match isn't over though yet. Of course he draws into his Cyrus. Coin flips, man. Double. There it is. Yep. This is what it is. So you, yeah. So you conceded for sure after that. Coin flip decks, man. That's why I don't play them. I was like, if you Cyrus me, that's fine because then you have to hit one hit, and of course you would never do that when you need to, and that's why I would never play a coin flip deck in my life. That's essentially what happens to me all the time. So unfortunate though, I think we played that perfectly. He also played really smart there, and because but he did have those X speeds. But we drew, funny enough, we drew our second Cyrus. So had he X speeded up out of there, oh, that's also that explains why he played into low punny because he had double X speed. That makes sense now because he was like, okay, but oddly enough, had if he didn't attack, hmm, May did we misplay that? Honestly, was it worth going into his low punny? Because maybe we should have just stayed home. Huh. We had a second Chingling. I'm trying to think here. I think we played that one right. But anyways, this deck again, it beats I call it man all or nothing deck, but it definitely beats just about everything. If you get the right start. Beat Suicune. If you lead Chingling, and you go second, but first you're fine too, as long as you get Absol. Absol has to be your hitter at that point. And then you just need to get hopefully one or two Greninja set up, Chingling until their hand gets so big you go ahead. If you just all you need is to lead Chingling, get an early Froakie, get something that you can throw energy on, whether it's dark or whatever. And at that point, as long as you have a heavy hitter on standby, then you can start making plays, especially in DD. I think Indeedy's really the bane of that deck. I know why they're running it. Because if they don't run it, then Chingling and Ulterior just kind of just destroys that deck. But when you run that, it gives any deck that's running bench, like if I get an early Froakie knockout and then you play in DD becomes a lot. Obviously, Suicune's also a lost condition too, but this deck was actually designed to beat Suicune specifically that way. They play in DD. You pray you get an early Froakie knockout or early Suicune knockout, and even all else fails, long as you're at full health before they ever get an attack off on your heavy hitter, you're gonna win because you just grab their Indeedee. You you can do this all in one turn. You can if you either have to have double Greninja set up or double or one a Darkrai on the bench. And you're or yeah or no not even on the bench or Darkrai's your hitter and Darkrai you get a Darkrai ping off. So you just Greninja. They can be at full health Indeedee Greninja them, Cyrus them, Darkrai ping them. Or sometimes I say you will see me do this all the time is I'll go ahead and get just an early Indeedee ping when I just don't have nothing really better to ping. Because one, when you hit Indeedee, especially into Suicune decks, they cannot heal it with Irida unless they waste an energy throwing on Indeedee. And you're not gonna want to do that. Because Suicune already is a pretty like 4 energy just to get 2 attackers. So which isn't that bad, that's actually not bad at all. But you can't spare Indeedee energy, so a ping on Indeedee is not negatable. So usually, unless they just have nothing better to do but play it, energy on it and Irida it, which again, that's a waste of Irida, so you're still good too. So, anyways, yeah, this deck counters that Suicune very hard if you just lead with the right card, just Chingling, and you just see Copycat when their hand gets big, and you just essentially win every time. So. Anyways, hopefully if you guys enjoy this deck, I've been wanting to get a video out for you guys. If you get thumbs up, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're out. We're out. Peace.